guys, hey my people. I've missed you so much. I've missed you guys. Wow. I hope that mnaendelea fiti wherever you guys are. I don't know, like, if I'm trying to find the balance of my phone and everything, guys. This thing is not easy. But anyways, let me try this way. I don't know, it's kind of, but anyway, we have to do it like this. Oh guys, I want to start by saying I'm grateful to God for his faithfulness. He has been so great in my life, and thank you for all your support, guys. We are at 300 subscribers. Thank you so much for your love, for your support. You guys are amazing. If you've not joined the family, I don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe and click that notification bell. Hit that notification bell so that anytime I upload a new video, you will always be notified. So, before we start today's video, if you've not watched any of my video, kindly watch, and it's gonna be helpful. I believe so. And guys, I've been wanting to do this video for so long. I've been postponing it, but I feel it's because, but the guys, if you don't know, I'm this kind of an emotional person. Like, anytime I'm talking about my life, my past experiences and everything, and where God has brought me to, like, it breaks me down. So guys, I want to share with you guys my Aupair journey. You know, like, every time, like, when you're having a live session on my TikTok page, like, you will always find people asking me, and I always feel good to share it out. But then I thought it was good to do it and document it here for future, or maybe to just encourage someone out there, to let you know that everything is possible if you choose to just trust in God and, like, you know, put an effort in everything that you're doing in this life. Okay, and never let anyone try to limit you and tell you that things are not doable or things will not even work. If you only choose to believe in God, prayers, all things will work out. Okay. What we will do, I guess we will have different episode about my Aupair journey, because we will also do, like, you know, my experience as an au pair in Denmark and in Netherlands, all those things together, and we cannot do it on one video, then it's gonna be boring. Okay, so we'll have some episodes, and guys, keep it here, all right? And if you happen to see this video, kindly share it with your friends, give it a like, comment down there below, and you know, I will appreciate. So let's get into this. I'll start by saying, back in 2019, now 2020, when I was in Qatar, actually I was a house manager in Qatar for 2 years and 4 months. And you guys, if you're there and you're working in these Middle East countries, or you have experience in working in Middle East countries, you understand what it means, like, you know, being far from home for 2 years without going home. You only have a conversation with your family once in a while. You even don't get time of, you know, like, you know, thinking about your future, what you want, time for yourself. If you don't even have off days, you wake up early, you sleep late, and at times, like, you don't even get to be appreciated on what you're doing. You know, like, we are human beings, we feel the energy when someone is appreciating the little things that you're doing. Because myself, I believe that no one is perfect in this life. We all have, you know, those weak points, you know, like, let's say, for example, if you're working for someone, you know, I wish they would understand that you're not, like, gonna give, like, 100%, but you're gonna try and give your best, you know. So yeah, I worked in Qatar for 2 years and 4 months. But in 2020, I have this beautiful, amazing, and gorgeous cousin of mine. She goes by the name Anne. at that time, she was still back at home, and her mom and my mom are sisters, so her mom is my auntie. We used to like have conversation, like by the up to date, her mom is my, like, she's my closest friend, I would say. And anytime I would want to have like a conversation with her, we even have like open conversation, like anytime I need help, anytime like my family needs help, she's always there for us. So we've always had good, you know, connection and everything together. So I remember this time we were having a conversation with my auntie, and she told me, after your contract, you will like it would be nice if you try and go to Europe. And the first place she mentioned was Germany. I can tell you guys for sure, frankly, I knew zero things about Europe. Guys, you know, like, I want to just be frank with you. I don't want to fake anything. I knew zero anything about Europe. Yes, I knew the names, but I hadn't even gotten that time to, like, you know, the way we go to Google and like see about maybe Germany, Belgium, Netherlands, all those things, and see what their culture and everything. I had not done that. I don't know if it's because of where we've grown up, like, anyways, that's a story for another day. And then I was like, oh wow, it would be nice, and oh. So I remember this time we were having a conversation with my cousin, and she told me, oh, I'm traveling to... No, what happened is, when my cousin had not traveled, I can't remember if we talked in between when she was still at home and like her mentioning about those things. I cannot remember very well, but one thing I remember is having a conversation with my aunt, that is my, my cousin's mom, and she told me, oh, Anna may travel, she's in Denmark and everything. But what came in my mind was like, my cousin ameenda kuolewa. That was what just came in my mind. So after some few days when I got time, I called my cousin and she was like, oh, niko Denmark and everything. Oh, if you would want to like try like the, you know, the process that I used to like get a host family to go to Europe, before you finish your contract, I can like guide you, but at the moment I can share with you the website, or maybe go to Google, YouTube, and, you know, do your own research and get an idea before that time comes. And I was like, oh my goodness, you know, I had never sat down or thought of it like myself, me as an ordinary girl, like just from the village, like, you know, from, you know, a humble background and everything, going to Europe. It was like I'd never seen it. So I told my cousin, wow. I remember that day when we had a conversation with my cousin, I didn't sleep. I was just like imagining myself in Europe, you know, like finishing my contract in Qatar, going back home, packing my stuffs. I would see myself in the airport, like, you know, traveling without knowing where I'm going, and like, oh my goodness, I was so excited. And I can tell you one thing, when my cousin told me everything about it, I believed. I'm one person who believes in myself. Like, it doesn't matter like how long it's gonna take, like, you know, the process or anything, but I believe things will always work. I had a conversation with my God, and I told God that, God, I know you can do this for me. And I had an agreement with God, and I told God, I really don't want this chance for my own sake, but I just want this chance for my family. Guys, I'm not saying this just to show you, but I know my family will see this video, but they can comment down there below. But they mimi, like, kutoka kitambo, mi ni mtu wa familia. Like, I love my family so much. And I think it's because I've seen where we've come from, the challenges, the struggles, you know, the ups and downs, the hate from the families, the society, only because, you know, your parents are struggling, you're not living a good life. I mean, your parents are not employed, they're, you know, And my dream has always been, going for every opportunity that comes my way, only to support my family and bring a change in my family. I've always wanted to give them the best. Like, oh, but the guys, one thing that you don't know about me, I was born before the due date, like, of my mom giving birth to me. I was born with, like, was it like nilizaliwa nikiwa 7 months, like 7 months, when my mom was 7 months pregnant. And when before my mom could tell me, like, she gave birth to me when like sikuwa nimefikisha siku za kuzaliwa, I couldn't understand it so well, but I guess life has made me understand it in a bigger way. And I feel so, it's so special that my parents chose to to be there for me, even if they couldn't, like, afford a lot of things, but they chose to to give me a life to live. And so with that, I've always wanted to, like, as I have said, give my family the best. And so back to the story. After 1 year in Qatar, that is 2020 Kaisha, so 2021, New Year, I started the process of creating a profile. And, like, I used Aupair.com and Aupair World. But Aupair.com couldn't work for me. I guess it's because I was so nervous. I don't know if it's nervous or I don't know what. But I was still shaking. I didn't know if, in as much as I had faith, but I had that fear of, like, oh God, is it gonna work? Or, So Aupair.com did not work for me. Like, okay, I created a profile, but it was not so lovely. Like, it was not so presentable, I'd say that. It was not even close to being the best of it. So I stayed with the profile in January, Feb, and March for 3 months, but there was nothing happening. But I knew it's because I hadn't given it the best. But in April, I remember, oh my God, I remember in April, I had a conversation with this girl. She's called Stera. That time she was in Kenya. And she wanted, like, me to assist her with the contact of the agency that took me to Qatar. I think sijui ni brother-ke alikuwa anataka kwenda ama ni sister-ke ama I can't remember. And so in between our conversations, she asked me, so how is the process and everything? Kamemi, I've already given up and everything. And she was like, why are you giving up? Give it a try. And I remember that time, like, we having a talk, and she told me, I'll try logging on my side, and then I see how it works. And then, like, later you can log in. So that is what she did, and she logged in. And then she, like, after I had to log in and, try to work out on it. But that time I made up my mind and said, what? I'm not giving up, and I'm in for this challenge. So from April, I created an account, a profile with Aupair World. I stayed with the profile in April, May, and June. The last week of June, that is when I got a host family. And guys, before I got my previous host family in Netherlands, I could get negatives or maybe get family who are interested, but then and I could ghost. But still, I didn't give up. And I'm very grateful for my aunts, my family, my mom, my siblings, and my cousin. Like, they were, they used to push me and tell me these things can work, give it a try. And remember, as I've told you guys, I really wanted this chance to, like, be able to bring, to make a difference in my family or in my life or anything that you think about, So last week of June, that is when I came across this profile of my host family, the previous host family. But I remember this time when I was, like, coming across their profile, I had not logged into my profile, to my account, like, for 2 weeks. So this day, I woke up and I said, today is the last day that I'm trying to log into this account. If it doesn't work, then I'm giving up on it. And the first profile that I came across was from my previous host family. They had written a lot of things about themselves, their children, and everything. So I sent them a message, like just a small but at least attractive message to them. And they reached out and they gave me their number. We started the communication on WhatsApp and everything. We scheduled for an interview and tukaanza kuongea, ukaniuliza, like they started asking me my experience, okay, how long have I stayed in Qatar, when am I traveling back home, and all that time. But that time when we were having conversation with her, she was having conversation with other girls that were in Kenya, and that time they had all their documents. But me, I had only my passport. I had no other documents with me, okay? So we started talking and everything. But this time I was like, oh my God. I remember the first time we started communicating with my previous host family, like to click heavy, like, every morning I would wake up, text them, oh, hi, how are you doing? How are the kids? At least to put the conversation, going, because nilikuwa na feel like this is the family. This is the family. I didn't give up. I did an interview with them, the first interview, the second interview with them. But this time I used to pray. I used to call my mom. Oh my God. It was like, I don't want to lose this, And we kept communicating. So it reached to a point where, like, she asked me, like, when I'm going home and how long it's gonna take for me to gather all the documents and everything. Do I even know anyone in Netherlands? What's my plan after being an au pair? What I've been doing with my life and all those things together. So, guys, I think we will just leave it at this point and we'll take it over next time so that the video doesn't, isikue ki video kimurefu sana. Ama what do you think, guys? Yeah, then we can proceed from there. But you guys, kindly, mine is just to be here to encourage you and to let you know that things are doable. If your girl Mugai did it, you also can do it, okay? So anyway, guys, I love you so much, guys. Have a good time. Until next time. Guys, if you've not subscribed to this channel, consider subscribing and hit that notification so that you don't miss the next episode, okay? You don't want to miss the next episode. I love you all.